Hello everyone and welcome back to Fallout Factions Nuka World, where this time we are introducing the Disciples. Our new crew, the Blood Shadows, are we've got going basically from right to left. Apparently, that's how we're doing this. You can tell it's a really good camo scheme when it can't be picked up on camera. Okay, we've got Gale, who is a butcher with a syringer. So as we saw in the last game, that's good. That's real nice and brutal. Over here we have Will and Ben, who are two scavengers with hunting rifles. We have Nix, the tormentor, the crew leader. She's got a precision hunting rifle, making her one of the nastiest snipers in the game. In front of her, we have Carlos and Lyra, who are our two wasters with pipe revolvers and hand weapons. We've got Blaze, who is a scaver with a handmade rifle. And over the back over here, we have got Tony, who is a butcher with a marksman's handmade rifle. And we have got Chris, and we have Shank. Oh, I was doing so well. I got 9 out of 10 names off the top of my head. They are scavers with rangers hunting rifles, so they're regular hunting rifles with bayonets. So, yep, hell yes. The crew is taking on the pack who we met last time, but just to remind ourselves, again, right to left, apparently it's what we're doing. Jack is a top dog with a sledgehammer and predator grenade. He's leading Brick, a psycho with a sledgehammer, and Rat, a waster with a pipe revolver. In the middle, we have Toro the Alpha, who has a 10mm pistol and a Deathclaw gauntlet. He is leading Jane, who is a scaver with an automatic handmade rifle. Alicia, who has a pipe revolver and a modded up baseball bat. It's slightly better than the original one. And we have Nelly, who is a psycho who has a 10mm pistol and a hand weapon. And over on the back, we have Roach, who is a top dog with a flamer, leading Chaz and Dave, who are two psychos with short handmade rifles, light handmade rifles, the ones with... Again, I was doing quite well, I feel. Light handmade rifles, which are handmade rifles, again, with bayonets, making them slightly better in melee. This is the Blood Shadows' first game, so we are doing a skirmish scenario in the wasteland. Unlike the last game, this is actually the contents of 2 boxes now, so this is about what they suggest for an actual mission, which is 4 large pieces and between 8 and 16 smaller pieces of terrain. So yeah, this is all quite nice. We have got scavenging tokens there, and there. And the entire objective is to take out as many of the opponents as possible. The Wild Hunt still want to take out a bunch of people in melee combat, and the problem that they actually can't do either of their 2 objectives yet, because they need to wait until the introductory scenarios are out of the way, because it's all about their thing is all about picking scenarios and taking territory from their opponents. The Disciples, on the other hand, are actually really fun. I'm just going to go over the things quickly. They want to they're going to get scouting points in 3 locations, which they can't do right now. They want to make opposing models fail confusion checks. Well, basically, they want to be taking out people in the middle of large groups. And they want to use Disciples' ploys. Ploys are something that I absolutely forgot about last time. I'm going to remember it this time. They actually have little markers in the game to remind you. I'm going to put them sort of near the gangs in the hopes that I actually remember them. And yeah, when you use them, it flips over. So dumb. I don't know why. This is completely unnecessary, but I'm glad it exists. A lot like the initiative token that has a separate side for if you want to bottle out. Yeah, this game loves its tokens, and I love that it loves its tokens. But yeah, the Disciples are going to go first because honestly, yeah, the Disciples as a starting team have a lower rating anyway. So I think the only thing that is a sensible idea is Nyx is going to activate, and she is going to send Lyra and Carlos into the fray. Because one thing I'm going to say now is the Disciples 2 ploys that I need to use have all ploys have a trigger. The Disciples ones rely on either an enemy model getting incapacitated or a friendly model getting incapacitated. And the friendly model getting incapacitated is really good the earlier in the turn it gets. So it's actually kind of smart to just sprint them down the middle of the road and hope someone just takes one of them out. If they don't, then they're going to charge, get into melee, and then they'll kill someone else, at which point they can use the other employee. It's actually kind of brutal. Like, tactically, they go together really, really well. But yeah, so this lot are going to move, and then there will be a retaliation. So yeah, Nyx has moved up into onto one of the buildings so she can get a decent view of the field, while Carlos and Lyra have moved up behind the bench. They can take a bit of cover. They've only moved normally so they can still shoot. So yeah, the Disciples have locked down the center of the board. I think in reaction, because currently Nyx can't actually see anyone, so I'm going to use Jack over here is going to, they're going to do a move action in response, just move them up around the side, because as soon as someone gets within line of sight of Nyx, someone's going to die. And the pack don't want that, not yet anyway. Yeah, these lot have moved up. Brick and Rat have had to sprint to get behind cover, so they're not going to have an extra end of their turn, well, second turn. But yeah, Jack is still there with a priming and grenade just in case. There's a very real chance that Gale or one of the two with hunting rifles are going to go around to try and get him, so just be on the safe side. Over here, however, Shank and Chris are going to move up into the corner because, honestly, they are better shots than this lot, so they might be able to take down, say, Roach. Preferably, if they can take out Roach, that'll be really, really useful because Roach is terrifying. Yep, they've moved up there. They've left cover just to get a better shot on these guys. I think in response, Roach is going to order Chaz and Dave to basically try and come into the centre. If I can, getting Roach in range of one of these two might not be the worst idea in the world. If I can set fire to one of them, I mean, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? And I think, yeah, these two deserve to at least get a little bit further in and try to get into some cover. And yeah, Roach has managed to get up here. Chaz is in the cover there, and Dave's in cover underneath the ramp. So they're slightly more secure than these two are. But yeah, I think before they get absolutely flamed, Lyra is going to take a shot at Roach, and Carlos is going to back her up. So that'll be 4 dice. Oh, God. I'm not expecting miracles, but you never know. That is a grand total of 1 success. It's an agility weapon, and their agility is 3. So that is 1 harm for 2 wasters using their entire turn. On the plus side, wasters are here to die, so that's something. I think I might try to set fire to Lyra now. So the flamer is an aerial weapon, so it's going to hit both of them. Oof. Okay, it gets 4 dice. It's a strength weapon, so oh, that's awful. He is, however, strength 5. Now this is an interesting one. So okay, so that is a crit, so you get an extra dice. That is 2 hits. Now they are toughness 3, and because he's not in toughness, endurance 3, and because it's got ignite, I have to roll 3d10s. For each one that is higher than their agility, they take another point of damage. So they need to roll under 3 on all 3d10s, or they die. So Lyra is out, and Carlos is out. Alright. At this point, however, both sides are going to use their ploys, because first up, the pack are going to use their ploy of brutality. I think it's just called brutality. On the wrong page. I'm on the wrong page. I swear to God, I had this sorted out. Yes, it is called brutality. I was correct. It means that if a character dies, then you do a confusion test on everyone within 5 inches, not 3 inches. At 5 inches, that includes Nyx, so they might just be able to get Nyx to run away. I doubt it. She's pretty high on the highly intelligent. Yeah, she's fine. She doesn't care. The disciples, however, are also going to use their ploy, and they are going to use Thin the Herd. And Thin the Herd means that all champions get +1 bonus dice for the rest of the turn, which, yes, does include, say, Nyx shooting Roach in the face. Or, as I think is about to happen in retaliation here, I think, I'm going to have to check the range. If she's in range, Gale can in fact see Toro, which would be real bad for Toro. Gale's gun has a 16-inch range. 16 inches gets to here. I am fairly miffed, but not like too annoyed. What I'm going to do instead then is Shank and Chris are both going to fire into Dave. So yeah, support, and he's in the open from Shank. So 5 dice. Okay, yeah, they're pretty good shots. Everything's like the only ones who are truly rubbish shots are the pack. So yeah, it's a perception weapon, and I've got perception of 4. So that is 3 hits. 3 hits. However, okay, Dave is toughness 4, but hunting rifles have pierce, which puts his endurance down by 1. So that's actually him gone. And that is a confusion test for Chaz, which he immediately fails, and he just pegs it. Cool. I do suddenly feel I should point out that pegs it means runs away in British English. I just realised that has a different connotation. So yeah, because pegs, legs. Fun fact: bottles out is also it's rhyming slang. It's bottles of glass. It's your arse out. You shit yourself. Yeah, there you go. You're learning something here. Remember to subscribe to say thank you and like and comment. This lot are all going to move. I'm not 100% sure where they're going to move, but they do need to start like securing the center of the field because there's not many people left. In one last attempt to not die, Toro has run down here with Alicia. Nelly has stayed back a little bit so they can take a shot. Oh, and Jane is up on the roof. I forgot to give her a little thing. Yeah, so she can take a shot as well. But things are kind of looking a bit bleak. I mean, actually, both sides have only taken 2 casualties. It's just that, the disciples have way more activation still to go, which is not hugely fun. Right, over here, Tony is going to aim and going to get backed up by Blaze. And they are all going to fire everything into Toro. If Toro survives this, there's a very real chance that things are going to go very, very well for him. If being the operative word. So, all of the dice. I mean, actually, he's got an endurance of like 5. So, yeah, 5. So, I don't think he can actually get the kill on him. You can get a harm, but not a kill. So, yeah, this is a... Like, the marksman hunting rifle is actually really scary. It's perception, and his perception is 5. So... one more to get the wound on him. No. Okay, so that is 1 harm. And also he's suppressed, but honestly doesn't actually do anything. So Toro, I was considering running away, but Toro has just been like, check me out, I'm a badass over here. Yeah, I think in response, I think Jane is gonna try and shoot Nix. Okay, this seems like a ridiculous idea, but hear me out. If I can get a crit, then Jane has suppress. Which means she can suppress Nix before she shoots, at which point things are a little bit safer for everyone in the middle. So, she's perception 4. The idea of actually doing harm is sort of injury to her is insane, but harm maybe. Okay, that is 2 successes. Okay, yeah, I'm going to roll the dice, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, she hits 3 times. Yeah, she's perception 4. It is, however, suppression 2. So, yeah, if either of these fail, Nyx gains a point of fatigue, which means she doesn't get a second shot. Yeah, Nyx is intelligence 5, so she's fine, but that was a very, very good effort on the part of Jane. Also, she did hit, so that is actually a point of harm on Nyx for all future attacks on her. So I was like, I mean, it's not like nothing has happened here. It's, you know, like good shit has occurred. But it does mean, what am I going to do now? Okay, Blaze has fast on her gun and can see Toro. At this point, I don't think I'm going to do any damage to him, but I might be able to get another harm. I just need to get one hit for that to happen. So she is Perception 4. One hit. That's literally all I needed to get him up to harm 2. So yeah, it's not phenomenal, but on the other hand, it is literally better than nothing. Now the thing won't focus. Cool. The only person that that the Wild Hunt actually has left to activate is Nelly. The only thing Nelly can do is take a shot at Nyx. So I'm going to work out the stats and then do that. Okay, I've kind of been sleeping on Nelly as a shooter. Nelly with a 10 mil has 3 dice normally plus 1 because of the harm. It's an agility weapon, and Nelly is agility 5. So that is actually incredibly accurate. And yeah, 5 successes will cause an injury. There's no critical effect on this, but okay, can't do it, but it's still nice. Yeah, it's a hit, so that is up to harm 2. Harm 2 on Nyx. And now responses. Okay. Nyx is going to shoot at Roach. So, I have method to my madness here, which is she gets 5 dice, she needs 5s to hit. If she crits at all, she gets an extra dice, and also Pierce reduces his endurance down to 3. If I can get 6 successes with one of these being a crit, I instantly kill Roach. So it's 3. Oh, I can't do it. Boo. Do I ever get 2 bonus dice? Yeah, okay, that's only 4, but that is still above thing. That is an additional harm, and I've done half his health, so still it's one of those ones that, like, I was like, I don't know why anyone would go for hunting rifles. Oh no, wait, Pierce is brilliant. Pierce is genuinely terrifying, even on quite low level characters. So yeah, that's a thing. That's very much a thing. Okay, the only person who can activate now is Jack, and I was kind of thinking someone would run, you know, like, this is like out of character as well. I thought I was going to start running some people around to try and take him out, but I'm not. So the pack pass, and they're going to get to go first next turn, which is kind of good for them. If people, I have these 3 guys left to try and take out Toro. If I don't, Toro is going to charge someone, and someone is going to die. So cool. I guess I can do whatever the hell I want, really. Right, we've gone for a bit of a flanking scenario. Ben's gone over there, Will has moved over here, and Gail is still here She might have to move up. If she doesn't have to, she's going to aim and shoot somebody. But first up, Ben is going to take a shot at Toro. Even without aiming, gets a bucket of dice. So, yes. Ooh, that is not a crit, which means it's going to be 1 harm, but no injuries yet. Like, Toro is not looking happy about anything, but Toro is also going to be going first next turn, which is unpleasant if you happen to be, well, any member of the Disciples, really. Okay, I think I'm going to need to try and take out Alicia. If I can take out Alicia, then Will has a shot. So Gale gets 6 dice. Good Christ. Because the bonus thingy is powerful. He is, however, only perception 5, so that's only 1 hit out of all of that. So that is 1 harm and no poisoning. Bum. Okay, I think it's going to have to be... So Ben is almost certainly going to have to shoot Alicia now, because even if I shoot Toro, Alicia's going to take it. Could shoot Nelly. No, just take out Alicia. Alicia's actually quite scary. So, yeah, that is 4 dice. She's nice and out in the open. No, it's not. That's 5 dice, because hunting rifle's not syringes. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Scaver needs perception of 4. It's 3 with 1 crit. Oh, okay. That's not who I wanted to get the shot, but Alicia has been taken out by Will, which also, I guess, does mean it's very unlikely, but there's a chance that Toro might run away in confusion, which would be really, really cool. So Toro fails his confusion roll and runs away. Plus side, Toro can't get injured. Downside, oh my god. Downside, yeah, the pack have basically the pack can't even run away. The pack needs to survive for another turn with everyone like going after them. I think the pack are going to need to retreat now, because otherwise they're kind of screwed. This is insane. Oh my god. That is the worst luck, because if Toro had survived, Toro would have climbed this building and introduced Nix to Corporal Spikeyson here of the 3rd Pointy Brigade. Like I say, not taking any injuries, but also not done himself any favours. Oh, by the way, quick point. The Disciples can't take injuries this time. Because it's their first game. The pack absolutely can, and this might go horrifyingly wrong. Yeah, on to turn 2, I guess. Jesus Christ, what is going on? Okay, so in a desperate attempt to try and help anything, Jack is going to... No, Jane, not Jack, she's Jane, is going to fire at Nyx. Again, if I can suppress her, then that does reduce the amount of damage she can cause. Won't stop her, but it will reduce the amount of damage she can cause. So Nyx is going to shoot someone and it's going to hurt. I think it's going to have to be Roach. I will get the dice pool together. It's going to be large. Welcome to what I like to call the buckets of dice section. Yep, she's shooting at Roach. She gets 7 dice at Perception 5. That's actually, yeah, I mean, I think that's enough to kill him. Do you know, I don't think it is. Huh. No, actually, it is only because he's toughness 4 down to 3 with the thingy, which is 1 injury as well as 1 harm. So yeah, Roach gets shot in the face with a hunting rifle. And yeah, I am absolutely all in on hunting rifles. Hunting rifles are great. I was completely sleeping on just how good Pierce is as an attack. Jesus. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go for Jane again, because if Jane can, probably Jane absolutely. No, I'm going to think this one through. I'm going to work. I'm torn between either using Jane or I think Jack can charge this charge Ben. And he's Will. I think Jack can charge Will. I don't think Brick can, but I think everyone else can. It does open Jack up, but if Jack can get a kill in melee, we can at least slightly go down the crew objective a little bit. I think we've lost the scenario, but I think we might be able to at least get the a few points on the crew tracker. So let's try that. Okay, yeah, the plan is try and grab a couple of the supply crates, get Jack into combat. So hopefully get a single kill in melee. Basically, just hope for the best. Gale is going to respond by trying to take out Jack. She gets 4 dice. She gets 3 hits. That is 4. Jack is endurance 4, which means he cannot be allowed anything resembling happiness in his life. That is 1 injury and 1 harm. It's also, she got the crit, so it is 3 dice to let's see if they can get It is poisoned, so we've got to roll under endurance. Each one is an additional harm. If I fail all 3, he dies instantly. So that's Jack out. Oh no. Oh no. Honestly, screw it. Brick is just going to try grabbing that just to stop the things getting as much as possible. So highest is caps, lowest is parts. 5 caps and 4 parts. Honestly, I mean, at this point, it's just trying to remove as much as possible. On that note, seeing as we're doing this now, and it is entirely about it is entirely about just like trying to spite steal as much crap as possible. I'm going to find the dice pool, the things, and yeah, I think Will is going to shoot at Rat. Yep, that is 5 dice into Rat. Rat does not want to be crit right now. Rat has not been critted right now. That is a single point of harm on Rat, which means that Rat can immediately grab that for more caps and parts. And there's another 10 caps and 4 parts. Sorry, 10 caps and 8 parts in total. Awesome. So, I mean, we're not getting nothing out of this, just mostly. Okay, Ben is going to aim and shoot at Nelly. Good Lord. Going to miss completely. Okay, that is not optimal, if I'm being entirely honest with you. Because Nelly is about the only person left to act. It's Nelly and Rat. No, Rat's actually, Rat took the thing. Oh, is Nelly in range? If Nelly's in charge range, I might charge Will. Nelly is in range, and quite honestly, there's nothing anyone can do about it. So Tony is going to aim, and Blaze is going to back up to fire into Brick. Try and take up Brick. At this point, it's all spite on both sides. The Disciples have won this, and it's just how many people can take out in the meantime. So, okay, it's 5s to hit. Gets 1 more. Okay, that is 5. He's down to endurance 3. It's not quite enough. Oh no, that is enough. That's enough to kill him. He's only got 1 hit injury. So, oh good Christ, this is pretty much a massacre. Yeah. I've only really got. I say really. I've got Nelly and Jane left to do, and a whole bunch of people over there. Okay, what am I going to do? Who am I going to activate first? I think I kind of have to do Nelly just in case I can work out a way of getting these guys to shoot at them. I shall fetch the dice pool. Okay, Nelly is going to take a swing. If I can at least take 1 person out in melee, that'll at least be something. Okay, got 4 attacks, 4 dice, plus 1 for charging. But, yeah, I need to get 4 successes, and Nelly is strength 4. So, 1 harm, which is going to do bugger all. But I guess if she's in range, I guess Blaze is going to shoot at Jane. Yep. Blaze is in range, so it's going to take a shot at Jane. 4 dice, needing 4s to hit. Christ. 3 successes. Okay, it's endurance 4, so it's 1 harm, but also, yeah, it is suppression 2, so that is 2 dice for Jane. Yeah, Jane's suppressed, which means she can't do bugger all else for the rest of the turn, which means that the pack have to pass, and they are going to leg it. There's only 3 models left on the table. I'm going to see if Chris and Shank can get into line of sight. If they can, they're going to take a shot at Jane, because again, this is all spite at this point. But yeah, Christ. Yeah, Shank and Chris have made it to the bottom of the ramp. They're both going to take shots at Jane. I'm going to do them 1 at a time rather than backing up. So Shank gets God. Shank kills her, actually. That is because they've got hunting rifles, and hunting rifles have pierce. So that is Jane down as well. There is nothing for Chris to do. Oof. Okay. Nelly and Rat are the last two members of the pack left on the table. That was kind of uncomfortably nasty in the packs in the Disciples' favor. I actually thought the Disciples would have a harder time because there's more cover, but no, Pierce is terrifying. Jesus Christ. Well, let's go into the after game, post game. Okay, so first up, before I do any of the post game stuff, the pack leave 3 scavenge tokens, so got to do them. That is 8 caps and 2 parts. That is 2 caps and 2 parts, and that is 8 caps and 4 parts. So that is a total of 18 caps and 8 parts, which is that enough to play around with Nyx's hunting rifle? I guess we'll find out. Okay, so first up, the pack ones, they get an additional 2d10 caps for another 12. That is pretty good, not gonna lie. They also get 2 actions this turn. So we are going to, first up, we're going to spend 4 parts to upgrade Nyx's precision hunting rifle. It now has 4 dice on its test instead of 3, making her even more genuinely terrifying. Okay, we're going to try doing a scout action, because the Disciples, the let them know fear thing needs us to do scout actions. So you've got to send a person, you make a perception check, you get 1 scouting point for every success you roll. However, if you fail, they aren't going to be in the next game. So I am going to go big or go home, and I'm going to send Tony as my scout. It's a 2 dice test. He's got a perception of 5. So that is 2 successes on luck. So then 2 more dice. Oh, I should point out, I'm sending them into Dry Rock Gulch. We are moving in on the operators, because the operators are the current winners, but I have a feeling the Disciples are going to make that change very quickly. So that is 3 points of 3 scouting points. So scouting points can be spent during the game you can either use them to pick scenarios, you can use them to basically get like little buffs, so you can use them to redeploy models, or re-roll dice if you're doing rummage checks. They're pretty good, if I'm being entirely honest. So it's good to have them. Yes. So yes. That is 3 points in Dry Rock Gulch for the Disciples, and a much nastier rifle for Nyx, who is now going to spend her entire life on the tallest piece of scenery, shooting everyone nearby. It's been pretty good for the Disciples, actually. I'm just looking over there. Yeah, that is 30 caps and 4 parts at the end of this first mission. Next mission, though, they are going to start taking injuries, so that's going to be something they're going to have to start worrying about, especially seeing as they want to send their wasters in to die, which ain't great. Anyway, on to the poor bastards who are the pack. So, got a few injuries to deal with. The really dangerous ones are the champions. Everyone has a 1 in 10 chance of dying. The champions also have a chance of getting a serious injury. The thingies are the grunts are just alive or dead. So Roach gets a 3. That is a serious injury. That is 2. Okay, so Roach has taken a hit to his perception. It means he's -1 until he does a recovery action. On the plus side, Roach has never ever used perception ever and is never going to. Jack is fine. Now, everyone else, it is either they are alive or they are dead. Dave is fine. Alicia, okay, Alicia rolled a 10. Now, 10 for grunts is lesson learned, which gives the crew an experience point. So that means we're up to XP 5. We get, so I'll deal with XP afterwards. I'm about to level up anyway. Brick is fine. And Jack is fine. Jack Jane, god damn it, why do I keep... I'm going to just buy another scav with an automatic rifle and just call him Jack. I've already got a character called Jack. This one's Jack over here. So anyway, that was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Basically, yeah, Roach's perception will be at -1 until I do a recuperate action with them. But honestly, I won't bother doing a recuperate until the injury is like strength or endurance, which are all bad things to drop. So yeah, because we ran away again, we only get 1 story action, and the story action we are going to do is I want to try this out. I want to spend experience. I want Toro to get a bit more experience on him. So the way you gain experience is you get 1 just for surviving a game. You get 1 if any of your champions fails a special check, which I don't believe Confusion does. Otherwise, Toro would have got it. You were meant to be the chosen one. You get you get 1 if a champion is incapacitated, which there was. I missed that one. Cool. You get 1 if you achieve any of your goals, which I didn't, and you get 1 if you dominate a location, which I don't. So yeah, locations are going to start being more important next game. But yeah, so I'm up to 6 XP, which is very cool. I'm going to use it. I get 1 story action because I ran away to spend 3 XP to level up Toro. It costs more every level, and yeah, it's random, which is a bit of a downside because I might end up rolling much like I rolled perception for the injury. I might roll perception for the level up, which would be bad. Let's see. All the crews have slightly weighted tables, so they're more likely to get what they want. So Toro gets 7. Ooh, okay, that's actually interesting. 7 for the pack is intelligence, which normally I would say is kind of useless, but it would mean that he would be less likely to run away in future. And also, starting next session, we're going to start doing stuff like tactics rolls to see where in the park we're fighting and things like that. Because the wasteland is only for starting crews, and now all three of our crews are on the table. So yeah, I believe this. I put him up to intelligence. That puts Toro up to intelligence 7. He is highly intelligent. Put it into perspective. Yeah, Nyx is intelligence 5. So basically, Toro wants to do very specific location-based things for display dominance. Like, he wants to get fights on in the Safari Adventure, and he can set it up like much easier than anyone else now, which is I think that's really interesting. Yeah, cool. It's also, I'm going to be really honest with you, believe it or not, bonus intelligence for the pack is not the highest rating booster. Yeah, like the pack have lost, but I think they've actually come out fairly well. It's an interesting upgrade here, so yeah. I'm going to put him back so he can focus better. Yeah. Next time we are still doing loser stays on, so the pack are going to stay on versus the operators in the first like major fight. We're going to be adding in all the extra stuff. So there's going to be chem stashes. There's going to be like actually fighting for specific locations. Yeah, injury rolls and stuff. You've just seen them, which actually worked out quite well for us. And yeah, I also, as you may have noticed, picked up a second box, and I also got another box of disciples, so I can start expanding the crews out, because honestly, I believe the maximum crew size is actually 30. I don't think I'm ever going to get to that. It would drive me mental doing that much bookkeeping, but theoretically it's possible. So yeah, if you want to see that, if you want to cheer on your favorite raider crew to make life difficult for the wasteland, absolutely, yeah. Remember to subscribe, like, cheer down below in the comments for whoever you like the best. And whatever happens, I will see y'all next week. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great night. Bye.